The biggest shoe MISTKAES women over 50 make, and what to wear instead. Have you ever walked into a room and no one turned to look? Not because you've lost your worth, but because the light within you is being dimmed by colors that no longer highlight your skin, your eyes, or the essence of who you truly are. After 60, beauty doesn't disappear. It simply asks to be expressed differently, more subtly, more gracefully, yet more powerfully than ever before. Harvard research shows 85% of first impressions come from color, and for those over 60, that impact runs even deeper. The right toned blouse can brighten your skin, bring life to your gaze, and make others feel warmth, drawn to you effortlessly. You don't need to be young again. You don't need a full makeover. You just need to know how to dress in a way that lets you shine your way. In this video, I'll show you the colors that science has proven to light up mature skin, how to choose tones that make you visible and unforgettable, and why you don't need to shout to make a statement. You just need to wear the right shade. If you've ever felt like you were becoming invisible, this is your moment to reappear, confident and radiant. Tap follow now so you won't miss the secrets to aging beautifully and powerfully. Because after 60, the way we see color changes, and so does the way color speaks for us and to others. Youth draws attention with energy, glowing skin, and a slim figure. But after 60, we don't attract through noise. We captivate through presence, through depth, and through the seemingly small details like the colors we wear. According to the American Institute of Geriatric Psychology, once we pass 60, both our vision and the way the brain processes color begin to shift. Skin becomes thinner and paler, and the eyes are more easily fatigued by colors that are too harsh or too cool. That's why the colors you choose will determine whether you appear vibrant or tired, noticed or overlooked. Here's the remarkable part. The brain perceives color before it registers shape or words. Before you smile, before you say a word, your clothing has already said something for you. After 60, this isn't about fashion. It's about the science of emotion and perception. The right color doesn't just make you look brighter. It evokes warmth, elegance, and confidence in the person standing across from you. It helps you show up as yourself without needing to try. Every time you wear the wrong tone, your skin may look dull, your eyes more tired, your smile less lively. But the right color, even just a scarf or a light jacket, can make others linger on you with softness, with attention. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You just need to understand the new language of color. Now that you've entered the golden chapter of your life, and in the next sections, I'll guide you through exactly which colors work best, why they're so effective, and how to use them. To see why these colors work, we need to understand what changes beneath the skin and how that affects the way color touches us. After 60, it's not just about graying hair or a few more wrinkles. The body begins a quiet transformation, from the skin, the hair, the eyes, to your overall presence. Your skin thins and loses collagen and elasticity. Blood vessels beneath become more visible. The complexion fades, becoming dull, grayish, or uneven. That's why colors that once looked great at 30 can now make you look washed out, tired, or even older than you are. At the same time, your eyes are changing too. Your ability to distinguish contrast gradually weakens. Colors that are too pale or overly bright may cause eye strain and make it harder to focus, which means you might not even recognize your own glow in the mirror if the color tone is wrong. But here's what's crucial. This shift isn't a sign of decline. It's just the body's natural transition, and you can move through it gracefully once you understand the new rules. Just like choosing the right shoes for aging knees, choosing the right colors is how you care for your outer self and your inner spirit. Some tones, like jet black, stark white, or neon brights, once bold and trendy, now feel too harsh on aging skin. Meanwhile, soft, warm hues, gentle neutrals, and earthy shades tend to enhance the grace and depth of later life. You don't need to dress young to look younger. You just need to wear colors that bring out your spirit, true to your age and to the beauty that continues to grow within you. And now we'll begin the first step on that journey. The first color, navy blue, the timeless friend for every age. So now that we understand the science behind aging skin, let's see how the right colors can bring that natural glow back. Our skin tells a story, not just of age, but of every laugh, every walk in the sun, every quiet moment in front of a mirror. As we grow older, our skin naturally loses some of its glow. The tones shift, the texture changes, and the colors that once felt right suddenly make us look tired, pale, or washed out. But here's the truth. The right colors don't just cover imperfections. They reflect light in ways that soften shadows, brighten eyes, and make skin look alive again. Think of it like gentle lighting in a beautiful photograph. Colors like ivory, soft coral, powder blue, muted teal, they act like soft focus on your face. They bounce light upward. They bring warmth to cool-toned skin and calm to ruddy cheeks. There's even a science behind this. Studies in color theory and human perception show that low-saturation warm colors, like peach or cream, reduce contrast between skin and fabric, visually softening fine lines and dullness. Meanwhile, mid-tone blues and greens near the face help enhance eye clarity by creating subtle contrast with the whites of your eyes. And your eyes? Oh, your eyes. They are still the most powerful feature you have. A blouse in soft lilac, seafoam green, or sapphire can draw attention right to them, making them sparkle, even behind reading glasses. These colors don't scream. They whisper in harmony with your natural beauty. They don't try to make you younger. They help you look radiant at your age. Because beauty isn't about reversing time. It's about learning how to glow, exactly where you are, right now. And with just a few color shifts, that glow is ready to return. Because you've made age disappear. And once light tones bring back the glow, it is time to meet the deeper shades that ground you with quiet, timeless power. Some colors don't need to be loud to let you shine. There are colors that don't demand attention with brightness, but still make you glow, softly, effortlessly, because they reflect your depth, your calm, and the quiet strength of a woman who no longer needs to prove anything. After 60, beauty is no longer about looking young. It's about presence. It's how you enter a room without saying a word, and still, people notice. Navy, deep plum, wine red, rich brown, soft charcoal. These are the tones that carry quiet power. They won't make you look younger, but they'll make you look fuller in spirit, like someone who has lived enough to know exactly who she is and doesn't need to explain it. Visually, these deeper hues help shape the face, soften shadows, and minimize lines around the jaw and neck. They also tend to bring out the eyes, still the most vibrant, youthful part of your face, by creating a natural contrast with mature skin tones. According to experts in color psychology and vision science, this is called the depth balancing effect. Dark tones don't drain your face, they lift it. They anchor your features, creating a sense of grounded elegance and emotional weight. You'll find these colors in the closets of seasoned artists, wise leaders, and women who have known real loss and kept walking, still standing, still smiling. When you choose to wear one of these colors, you're saying to the world, I have lived, I have learned, and I choose quiet, not because I've faded, but because I'm strong enough to no longer need the noise. Real confidence doesn't come from tight dresses, high heels, or heavy makeup. It comes from looking in the mirror and thinking, I'm beautiful in my own way. And beyond power, there is something softer, the kind of color that does not impress, but invites and gently draws hearts closer. Maybe you've thought, after 60, attraction no longer matters. But the truth is, we never stop wanting to be seen, to be felt, to connect. What changes is this. At this age, attraction isn't about standing out. It's about being someone others feel drawn to, safe with, and willing to stay near a little longer. And surprisingly, the colors you wear can whisper all of that before you say a word. There are colors that aren't traditionally sexy, yet stir something deep in the hearts of those around you. Lavender, olive green, muted blush, and terracotta red. These aren't loud. They're inviting. Not in a way that calls, but in a way that makes someone wonder. What has this woman lived through to have eyes like that? Lavender suggests quiet romance, like a story only half told. Olive green speaks of resilience, the kind that's been tested by storms and still comes out soft. Muted blush doesn't scream sweetness. It speaks of care, a kind of warmth that makes others feel safe beside you. And terracotta red, it's not fiery, but slow and steady, like aged wine, full-bodied, calm, and sincere. These tones don't just suit mature skin, they match the energy of this life stage, subtle, grounded, and powerful in its stillness. In fact, studies in color psychology show that warm, neutral tones, when paired with natural skin undertones, tend to spark feelings of familiarity, trust, and emotional ease. You don't need a short dress or low-cut top. Just a dark silk scarf can make you glow with a kind of presence that words can't quite explain. And perhaps that's the most magnetic thing of all, when you're not trying to attract anyone, and yet you're remembered. And sometimes what draws others in even more is not charm, but quiet depth, the kind only time and life can paint in soft, timeless tones. Not everyone understands the beauty of wisdom. Only those who have lived through years of change, loss, and growth come to see that some colors don't make you more radiant. They make you more profound. These are shades like ivory beige, slate blue, caramel brown, dusty sage, or cream white. They never shout for attention, but when you wear them, it's as if you carry a quiet story. You don't have to say a word, yet people can sense something in you, an introspective spirit, quiet elegance, and the depth of someone who no longer needs to explain herself. Ivory beige evokes cleanliness and serenity, like a wordless morning. Slate blue and dusty sage add gentle visual depth, ideal for silver hair or soft eyes, because they highlight your calm presence without dimming your face. Caramel brown carries a touch of warmth and nostalgia, like golden hour in the backyard of life. And cream white. It's not blinding like pure white. It's the softened glow of someone who has lived, loved, and understood. These colors don't need to be trendy. They don't follow seasons or fashion charts. They simply need to match you, your mood, your essence, and the path you've walked. According to researchers in visual cognition, neutral earth tones naturally communicate warmth, trust, and emotional depth. They're how you express intelligence, life experience, and quiet strength without ever needing an introduction. Because when you choose the right color, you don't need to say a thing. Your life will shine through on its own. And when wisdom runs deep sometimes, what the soul needs next is a gentle spark, a color that softly brings your light back to life. There are days when you wake up, look in the mirror, and see yourself faded, like light hidden behind clouds. Not because you're sad, but because sometimes aging brings a quiet feeling, as if the colors in your soul are slowly dimming too. But amazingly, just one right color, whether it's a cozy sweater, a small scarf, or a pair of earrings, can help you shine again from the inside out. Mustard yellow, mint green, peach pink, coral orange, these aren't the colors of youth. They're the colors that awaken the soul. They don't make you look younger. They help you feel more alive. In color psychology, soft, warm, and bright tones have the power to stimulate the amygdala, the brain's emotional center for positivity. Pale yellow evokes sunshine, joy. Mint green brings a refreshing calm, like an early summer morning. Peach pink always feels fresh and sweet, while coral orange delivers energy, like a vibrant glass of juice on a slow afternoon. For mature skin, what matters most isn't hiding, but soothing and brightening the right way. These gentle, light colors don't reflect harshly, so they don't highlight wrinkles or dullness. Instead, they lift your overall tone and make your skin appear more radiant, your eyes more luminous. There's nothing wrong with wearing a color just to feel happier. It's not vanity, it's self-care, in the language of light. Because emotions, too, can wear color. And sometimes, what you need most to begin a new day isn't a pep talk, but a mint green blouse and the feeling, today, I'm as fresh as myself again. And after the spark comes the stillness, the colors, for days when you seek quiet balance, not brightness, but calm, steady presence. There are days when you don't want to shine. You just want to be quiet, gentle, yet still carry your presence and grace. That's when neutral, calm, and quietly powerful colors speak up. Smoky gray, slate blue, ivory white, stone brown, pale mint. These aren't colors that grab attention. They're the shades you wear when you want to step back a little, but never lose your poise. When you need a slower day, a deep breath, and still want to feel beautiful, without making a statement. These colors bring a sense of balance and grounding. They don't lift your mood with brightness like yellow or pink, but they steady you, like a steady breath, like a reliable heartbeat. Biologically, cool and soft neutrals help slow the heart rate, reduce visual stimulation, soothe the nervous system, and ease mental tension. Mint green has been shown to gently lower blood pressure. Ivory creates a sense of open, clean space, while light gray, when styled well, makes others feel calm, trusting, and at ease. Interestingly, These so-called quiet colors become deeply powerful when worn with the right presence. They don't dress you up. They let you step forward just as you are, uncovered, not overpowered by color, and needing no performance at all. They say, I'm here, steady, calm, and I don't need to be loud to be seen. At this age, you don't wear color to prove anything. You simply choose the one that helps you feel whole and keeps the light in your eyes, whether it's a sunny day or one covered in clouds. And it's exactly when you feel balanced that others will see you at your most beautiful. And once you find the right tones, the next step is learning how to blend them with grace to reflect each moment and every mood. Choosing the right color is one thing, but knowing how to mix them flexibly, depending on the moment, is what truly lets you shine. Without feeling boxed in, without looking bland, and still staying true to yourself in every situation. Going for a walk in the park on a weekend morning? Try pairing an ivory blouse with light mint green trousers, a wide-brimmed fabric hat, and a pastel scarf. You'll feel like you've stepped into a symphony of softness, relaxed, yet refined. Catching up with close friends in the afternoon? Choose a warm tone, like dusty rose or buttery yellow, and mix it with a soft neutral like light beige or pale gray. This kind of combo makes you feel both warm and welcoming, while creating instant likability at first glance. Attending an evening event or a formal gathering? This is when you can go bolder. Navy blue, burgundy, deep plum. But don't forget to add a soft accent, perhaps a pearl white silk scarf or a pair of jade earrings, to gently soften the gaze and create visual depth. As a rule of thumb, remember these 3 simple principles. 1 dominant color, about 60%, 1 supporting tone, 30%, and a small highlight, 10%. This could be an accessory, your shoes, or a subtle color streak on your scarf. Visual science shows that this color ratio creates harmony for the viewer's eye, avoids overwhelm, and delivers a sense of sophistication that still feels approachable. Especially at this stage in life, color coordination isn't about looking younger. It's about sending a message. I understand my body, I know my mood, and I dress in a way that feels right for me, wherever I go. Because aesthetic taste isn't something you're born with. It's something you build over the years, through observing, feeling, and bravely wearing what you believe is beautiful. And beyond technique lies intention, choosing color, not for style but for self, to feel aligned, grounded, and gently held from within. For years, we dressed to please others, to be accepted by society, to earn compliments, to avoid being called sloppy or out of touch. Over time, we forgot. We have the right to dress for ourselves. Not to impress, but to feel right in our own skin. After 60, this isn't just a choice. It becomes a spiritual need. When life slows down, when the face begins to change, what we need isn't a color to hide time, but one that reminds us we're still alive, still seen, still worthy. A smoky lavender blouse calms you on days filled with quiet thoughts. A soft rose dress makes you smile in the mirror, not because it makes you look younger, but because it feels like home. And sometimes, just a hint of soft turquoise is enough to lighten your mood and your breath all day long. When you choose a color to wear, you're not just picking out an outfit. You're choosing your mindset for the day. You dress to honor the emotions you're feeling, to support your spirit, to remind yourself, I deserve to be loved, even by me. According to experts in perception and behavior, consciously choosing colors that match your emotional state helps foster positivity, reduce stress, and increase your sense of agency, something especially vital as we age. You don't need to wear a color so someone will say, "You look lovely." You only need to wear it so that, when you step out the door, you don't feel like you're hiding from yourself. Each time you wear the right color, it's like sending a quiet signal out into the world. I'm still here. I still love this life, in my own way. And that is the most beautiful reason to wear the right colors. Not to please the eyes of others, but to nourish the light within. You've lived long enough to know. Beauty isn't in age or in someone else's eyes. It's in the moment you look at yourself and smile with acceptance. Choosing a color to wear each day might seem simple. But when you do it with understanding and care, it becomes a ritual of soul care, a way to tell the world and yourself, I'm still living true to who I am, no matter where I am in life. There is no single right color for everyone. There is only the color that's right for you in this moment, with this feeling. And once you find that color or those colors, you'll realize you no longer need to try being someone else. You just need to be yourself, radiant, calm, and full of presence. If this journey spoke to something inside you, leave us a comment. Share this video with a woman you care about. And don't forget to follow the channel. Because here, we don't just talk about fashion. We talk about living beautifully through the years. Because whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, you still deserve to be seen, not just by others, but by the truest version of yourself.